Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check fresh release from IBG Models. It is molded in 1/72 scale and it copies PZL.37B Los in Romanian service. So this plastic might be familiar to you because we reviewed this kit before, but this time we get different markings, so that's why it is interesting to see what is actually hidden inside and how those markings will look like. So here we have standard IBG Models box. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Then on this side we have some other kits from the same brand. So some of them were reviewed on our YouTube channel. You can find it easily just by typing the kit name. And here we have two markings which are included into this kit. I hope there are more, but I mean, even two should be more than enough for 1/72 scale in my opinion. So let's open it. It's a top opening box, and here is what we have inside. There is plenty of space, but not that, I would say, spacious box. It could be a bit more space just to preserve all the parts. As you can see, frames are separated into several plastic bags. Here you can see, by the way, the broken canopy, but it's not like broken, it's just the, let's say, broken off the attachment point. So it's not that serious as it might sound to be. And these are resealable plastic bags actually, so we are not using the scissors. We are going to open it easily with our bare hands, and we will take a look at what is hidden here. So first of all, here we have first gray plastic sprue. As you can see, it is dedicated to wing halves, and those two halves will be actually replicating one of the wings, I mean one side, and obviously for the next side you have to assemble another pair of wings. Here we have quite typical external detailing. It means recessed panel lines and everything looks completely fine. As you can see, ailerons are molded separately, but flaps are molded in, so you won't be able to do anything. Here you can see those parts closer, and if you flip it over, here inside you can see that we have some minor detailing here in the bomb bay, and we also have some guiding elements such as, for example, this pre-molded wing edge, but I do not see any guiding pins, so be careful while working with this stuff. And here you can see the cockpit floor. Here you can see it from another side. This is a 1/72 scale kit, so that's why it's not that huge. Okay, we move on to the next plastic sprue. This one is dedicated again to wing parts, and here you can also see separated molded aileron, and as well as those, I guess those are flaps actually, because as you can see we do not have flaps on the wings, so I guess those will be the separate flaps. So in 1/72 scale that's really cool, because not that many manufacturers actually provide such bonus. Next we go on with canopy parts, and those, as far as you can see, they're packed into the sealed plastic bag, so that's why we are going to use scissors in order to open it. So just give me a second. I'm going to cut through it, and we will take a closer look at what is hidden here. It's quite unfortunate that we have this part broken off, but it's not as serious as I said before. So let's zoom in. Now you should be able to see it closer. This one piece canopy looks really cool. I mean, molding quality is really great, but masks are not included here, so you'll have to do everything with your own hands. Be ready for this, because there is plenty of stuff to mask, and it's not as easy as it might sound to be. Next we go on with another plastic bag. Let's zoom out a bit. Now you should be able to see it. So let's open it. And here's what we have inside. So first of all, we have here the separately molded tail wings and elevators. As you can see, external detailing is approximately on the same level as we saw with wing parts. That's really cool. We have here the installation tabs, and tail wings are molded as one piece element, so you won't have to combine two halves together. That's also quite cool feature. Next we go on with this minor part. This is for rudders. As you can see, they're molded separately, and again, nice molding, thin attachment points, so I don't think you'll have any problems here. Next we go on with this plastic sprue. So I guess here we have cockpit parts, and here as well. We'll have to consult with assembly manual in order to understand what this is actually replicating. And next we have this two types of engine cowlings. Obviously we will use only one pair and another one will go into your spare parts, but these are nicely designed parts, and I mean this is quite unusual to see them molded as a one-piece elements, not without the need to combine several parts together. Next we go on with these fuselage halves, so let's zoom out a bit. Now you should be able to see it. So as you understood, we have separately molded tail segment. Also here we have large cutouts for wing parts, and note also that tail landing gear is pre-molded with one of the halves. I can zoom in so that you can see it closer. External detailing is the same as on the wings, and here you can see quite impressive internal detailing. I mean, it really deserves some careful painting and maybe weathering, washings done, because it's really cool to have it in 1/72 scale kit. And this is something you get out of the box without the need to get some additional upgrades, so it's really cool. Next we go on with another plastic sprue set in the separate plastic bag, so I'm going to open it and we'll take a closer look in a second. So first of all, we have a pair of identical plastic frames. As you can see, these are absolutely similar plastic parts, so we are going to check only one. And here we have various parts for landing gear. We also have propeller, and note that the attachment points are right on the blades. We have engine parts here, bombs, and separately molded bomb bay doors, which is also quite cool, because I mean it can help you replicate open or closed bomb bay. It will be up to you which one you'll choose. And the last gray plastic sprue is dedicated to mix of various parts. Let's zoom out a bit. Now you should be able to see it. So here we have various parts for external and internal detailing. For example, these one-piece seats. Also here we have parts for bomb bay, and if you flip it over, here you can see them from another side. Really nice molding, I like it, and I mean I don't see any disadvantage here. Next we go on with sealed plastic bag with decals and PE thread. So again, I'm going to cut through this plastic bag and we will check it in a second. Okay, let's move it to the side. So we have here a decal sheet and also the PE thread. So first of all, I will show you the decal sheet. It is printed by TechMod, so printing quality is really nice. We have also decals for the cockpit. Here you can see the dashboard, and obviously stencils are not included, but I'm not sure if they were present or really visible on 1/72 scale aircraft. Here we have PE thread. This thing will be really handy for fine detailing of 1/72 scale aircraft, so be sure to use all those parts. Don't be lazy, because I know some modders just put it aside and forget about it. And here we have assembly manual. This one is printed in form of large brochure, so this printing style, I would say, is typical for IBG models. There is nothing unusual, I would say. As you can see here, we have paints chart, and now we are going to open it. Here you can see parts map. Assembly process starts with bombs, as you can see here. Then we continue with cockpit, and you also assemble the internal cockpit detailing. Here we assemble whole fuselage together, and here, by the way, you work at the nose section, nose area. Next we work on the tail section, and as you remember, all tail wings and elevators, they were separate, so you have to install them as a separate parts. Here we assemble engine parts, and I can see that you can choose between assembly options, which is really cool, because as you can see we have separate different propeller hubs, different engine cowlings. Next we go on with this landing gear wheel bay, which should be replicated with P parts. That's quite surprising. Next we continue with bomb bay here. As you can see, those one-piece parts, they will be used to house the bombs on racks. Here we continue with landing gear, ailerons and flaps are installed. Then we continue the same stuff from another side. And note that, as I said before, you can use those doors with open bomb bays or closed bomb bays, so it will be up to you which one you will choose for your aircraft. Next we continue with installing those wings to the fuselage or connecting them together. Here we install more of the separate doors. We install the main bomb bay doors, and we continue with markings. So here we have two aircraft. This one comes from 1940 and this one is from 1942, and here's the third one, so from June 1941. So three markings in total, which is more or less fine for 1/72nd scale kit. And as I said before, it should be already available for purchase on official manufacturer's website. If you have something to say about this kit, don't forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button because it helps us greatly, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for watching and bye!